Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Brent Luplow, the head football coach at Northville. How are you, Brent?
Doing well, Casey. Thanks for having me.
All right. So summer went well. I know the away camp to I believe it is Bluffton. I'm sure went well as well. And then what has this week been like for you guys? Because I know that different coaches do a lot of different things this week.
Yeah, we give them the time off and we kind of reset, recharge, rejuvenate, let them go on vacation, let them be kids, and let the coaches kind of have a week to unwind and get excited for football coming back next week. So completely off for everybody. No lifting, no strength, no conditioning, and yeah, we'll come back Monday ready to go, full speed ahead. Just passed out 174 pairs or sets of equipment, and we're excited. Very excited for football in Northville.
Yeah. What is the outlook for the Mustangs this coming year, Brent?
Yeah, we're really excited. We think we have a very well-rounded team with a lot of experience back. In year three of my job here, seems like it's flown by, and our staff has stuck together for the most part of the last 3 years. A lot of continuity, which is good in a program. You want to have those coaches come back, and we think our systems are starting to really take over with the kids, and it's becoming second nature this summer. We have more than we had probably by week three last year. We're feeling really good about what we have and the type of players we have and the type of work our kids have put in over the last 2 months, or realistically over the last 6, 7, 8 months. But definitely these last 2 months with the 15 days we can use this summer, we thought we took full advantage of those, and we feel really good about the guys we have, and excited for upcoming season.
Yeah. So let's talk about some of the returners and some of the names that we'll be seeing in Northville on the field this year.
Yeah, so we'll start on offense. Turn Cooper Durkich, quarterback, ended up playing a little bit more than what we thought he'd play last year after the injury to Michael Saigon. Ended up as an all-region quarterback, a really dual threat guy. He'll be pushed this camp by a transfer, Braden Tuiasosopo, and who's a junior, and Grayson Harris, who's a junior, who has probably made the biggest jump this offseason. Grayson Harris really worked hard, and we're excited for that competition to work itself out. In the backfield, return a 3-year starter, Max DeFore, 215-pound running back, a freaky athlete. We think he'll carry a bulk of the load this year. Excited for him. Return two guys with experience at fullback, H-back for us, Jack Rankin and Drew Musner. Drew's a sophomore and Jack's a senior. Up front, we feel like we're the biggest we've been, and we're really excited about the group we have. Two junior tackles, and Noah Stump and Parker Laney. And then interior, we return all three of the interior guys, Nolan Toomey, Ryan Shuckle, and Anthony Testani. And then, tight end, good competition between a couple of guys, Evan Pawalski, who's a senior, and Chase Gilmartin, who brother of Graham Gilmartin, who played for us, who's at Butler now, is a junior. They'll be competing for that spot. At the receiver position, we feel like we're really deep. We like what we have. A couple of returners, Camden Brown, who ended up finishing the year really strong last year. Nathan Broll, who's a quick little, quick receiver. We'll have Macklin Hart playing a little bit of a role out there, and then some young bucks who we think will come along and have come along really well this offseason. Connor Bobel, Landon Chambers, Colin Keneally, Cassius Montgomery. And I can probably name 3 or 4 more that have really stepped up, some seniors and some other guys. So we feel like we're really good out there on the perimeter. So yeah, that's the offense side of the ball.
Yeah. Defensively, where are you guys at?
Defensively, we again think we return quite a bit of experience, and we're excited. Cat's in the background there. She's excited.
I was going to say something.
That's funny. Didn't see her there.
Yeah.
So defensive line, we return Tristan Salvis, a junior, and Trey Hutchinson, a senior. Also return Noah Shiravelli, who we're really excited about. He's a quick little strong, improved his strength a ton, along with a lot of other depth pieces there that we think can step into the starting lineup and play. And we think we can be pretty deep on the defensive line with multiple different players that have stepped up this offseason. Linebacking core, we have a a good battle ahead of us. Inside, we have Colton Teal, a senior who's looked really good this summer. We have Mason Maffa, rising junior, who's looked really good. And then two other ones competing, Jack Rankin and Drew Musner, along with a couple other older guys, Joseph Curry and some other guys there that we think we can be pretty solid and continue our pretty good job at linebacker. Outside linebackers, we return Robbie Kehoe, who played majority of the year last year. And then we have a transfer, Danny O'Neill, from Chicago, who's done a good job this offseason. Christian Fest has had a good offseason. Nathan Brohl will play out there a little bit. And we got some young guys as well that you could see action out there as well. In the secondary, we feel like it's one of the best secondaries or the best secondary we've had if we stay healthy in the last 3 years since we've been here as a staff. Cornerback Trey Gilo played a handful of snaps last year. He'll return. Cooper Durkich, our quarterback, will play a little bit of corner. Macklin Hart really came on at the end of the year at corner, and we'll see a lot of time there. CJ Bird, who also plays receiver, and had a really, really good offseason, will be someone that we rely on both sides of the ball on the perimeter, at receiver and corner. And then safety, we got Austin McGarrow, a returning starter, who we are really, really high on. Think he can be a special player, one of the better players in the league. He's physical. He's up to 185, and he just worked hard this offseason. And then we have MJ Fortuna, a senior, Chase Gilbertson, a senior, Dom Pietrandrea, who's a senior, who's played in the back half, and some young guys, Nick Nathan, a junior, Braden Tuiasosopo, a junior. So we think we have Anton Hildebrandt, a big depth in the back half where we can feel pretty confident about what we're rolling out there week in and week out. It's just something that we feel good about going into this offseason for sure.
Absolutely.
Going into this season, excuse me.
It's all right. So of course, if we talked about all the kids, let's talk about the upcoming schedule. Of course, week one starting it off at Wayne State, part of the Amazon Prep Kickoff Classic against Lake Orion. Um, always fun to play at the. I know you've played at a lot of big events. I know that's a big event is where your coaching career began, and as a head coach, of course, at Michigan Stadium against Clarkson a couple years ago. But what's it going to be like going back there? Going
Yeah,
to
we're excited. Yeah, we're excited for Wayne State. It's on TV. It's a big promoted kickoff classic each year, and giving the kids opportunity to play in front of on TV and in front of multiple fans in a neutral location against a really good opponent is something that they'll remember forever. So playing at Michigan 2 years ago and was a great game because we won the game, but nonetheless, no matter what happens that first week, it's a great opener for us against a good team from the OAA. Who always has success in the playoffs, and it's a great test of where we're at after week one, and then we correct anything where we need to get better at going into a tough KLA, where we want to be West champions inevitably, and we have to play tough teams to do that. So we're really excited. It'll be a great environment. They've done a great job hyping it up, and the fact that I tell the kids every time we've broken down the last few weeks is you'll be in front of 100,000+ people on TV. There's gonna be people just randomly scrolling late at night on a Thursday and be like, "Oh, look at this high school football game," and they'll watch it. So we're excited about that.
Of course, state champs and local 4+ is where you can find all the prep kickoff classic games during week one. Okay, I'll run through the rest of the schedule. Of course, week two, home against Plymouth. Week three at Howell. Week four, home against Salem. Week five at Brighton. Week six will be October 3rd, home against Canton. October 10th, home against Heartland. October 17th at Novi. And then, of course, the crossover game will be week 9. And then the KLAA East teams will be hosting in 2025. So a pretty good schedule. You know how this league works. It's always a tough league, and you never know what's going to happen. And yeah.
Yeah, you never can't take a week off. Every team's solid. Every team has good players. Every team is well coached. So we got to bring our A game every week, and our ultimate goal is to be first goal is to be West champions. Repeat what we did 2 years ago, and then get the chance at the big one, week 9. So in order to do that, we have to go 1-0 each week. So that's the goal. We can't accomplish that without taking care of business each week. So we're trying to get better every day. Our kids, I think, are really fired up. They got a chip on their shoulder. They know how good they could be. They've been pretty successful. The senior class has been successful their football career. So they're close knit. They love each other, and we keep trying to preach, how good we could be with that, connection, those relationships, and love itself. Loving your teammates can go a long way. So yeah, it's gonna be tough. We play. It's when we every other year we play it, or at least the last couple of years we played. When we play home, we play the park teams at home, and when we play away, we play the park teams away. So we don't have to travel that far. And this is our travel year. We're going to Wayne State. We're going to Brighton. We're going to Howell. So some tough environments. We got to be able to, limit distractions and play hard in those environments. And ultimately, we want to be playing for a championship in week 9 and win the championship before that. And then playing on Halloween night, week 10, and ready in the playoffs, hosting a home playoff game on Halloween night. That'd be awesome.
So next couple weeks are what are the next couple weeks going to be like when it all gets going on the 11th?
Yeah, we're full speed ahead, and we'll have our 2 days in air quotes. It's not 2 days anymore, really, but long practices for the first week, and we'll give the kids Saturday and Sunday off, and then we'll come back Monday and Tuesday, and Wednesday we will is dreaded picture day, but it's good, and we'll have a little practice in the morning and take some pictures, and then we'll have our fundraiser blitz at night. Come back Thursday and we'll scrimmage Heritage again. Lucky to be able to scrimmage those guys. One of my best buds, Justin Thalen, is their head coach, and they're going to be a really good Division II team this year. Again, right on the border of Division I, Division II, but fell Division II, and they'll be really solid. So it's a great test. It's been a great test for the last 2 years. Going to be third year here. They're coming down again, so that'll be a good scrimmage for us at home. And then Friday morning we do our historical orange and black tailgate where we feed the kids. Tell them great job for a good 2 weeks of hard work, and then we flip the switch right to Lake Orion after that. So day off on Saturday, Sundays prep, and we're full speed ahead for game week and ready to go. So it comes awfully quick, and in coaching the last 10 years or 10 years plus, and head coach for the 30 years, it never gets slower. It always gets faster. So we feel like we're in a really good spot. We feel like we're coming in with a ton of progress from the off season, and we're not starting from square zero. We're starting from squared 4 or 5. So we feel really good.
Absolutely. All right. Well, Brent, thank you so much for the time as always, and best of luck to the Mustangs this coming season.
Thank you, Casey.